Are you ready to lose your relationship? Being present, patient, and engaged instead of withdrawn, altered, and stoned are some of the many ways to make or break a relationship. People tend to start dating each other because they both view each other as a net positive in their life to some extent. They are a net positive to be around. And when a breakup happens, it's because one or both people feel like the other person is more of a net negative to be around. Some of the signs and symptoms that you'll actually start to recognize in relationships when they are starting to go south, when they're starting to have issues, is a general disregard of the other person or feeling like they are casting judgments and criticisms towards you that are meant with ill intent. Maybe they are speaking from a place of anger. So when someone is in that position, it's usually because something happened prior to that they have started to view as a net negative. They may not feel like they're heard or like they're feeling understood within their relationship. And that naturally can cause people to feel to a degree that they want to withdraw, pull away, or that they get bitter for not feeling like they are seen and valued within that relationship. We already know when someone is high, they are an altered version of themselves. It's comparable to someone having liquid courage, meaning they are presenting something that they are not. Just like alcohol is something that people usually use to take the edge off to allow them to be a little bit more social in nature. When a lot of the times, people that don't feel like they're great at socializing are generally just not practicing enough socialization skills in their life. Or they feel a sense of overwhelm. They're not good at managing their internal atmosphere, so that can be overwhelming to their system. So rather than depending on a substance, why not address why you feel you need a substance to better cope or function? So if you're not okay with who you are sober, why not address that so you're not dependent on external factors to maintain what you wish you could be? What exactly is it that you're gaining from smoking marijuana? Is it helping you become a calmer version of yourself? Is it helping you better deal with anger? Is it helping you unwind from a job that maybe you need to change? Is it helping you cope with the fact that there is some unspoken issues within your marriage or within your relationships overall? So really, when people start smoking marijuana, it's a way for them to escape what they are going through, that they feel overwhelmed by, or that they feel on some level they're not able to handle. And when we start to pull away in general from a relationship, that means on some level we are not in that relationship. We kind of have one foot out and one foot in. And anything in life that you kind of do half-assed or go about at 50% is not going to yield good results. And that's where over the course of time, you can have a relationship with somebody that started off really great. They seemed like an excellent person. Things were going well. That was because you were being mindful. You're showing up at your best. You're being attentive. You're being present with that individual. You maybe were less altered because you felt just happy to be around that person. You didn't feel the need to escape. But as life and stressors moving in, dealing with deaths in the family, parents, conflicts, raising children, you might start turning to marijuana more to help you get through things that you feel on some level you can't address or that you're not able to overcome or even be vocal about. So it's a lot easier to just shut that off and change that internal atmosphere, to light that joint up and escape your reality as you know it. So if this is something that you're struggling with, but you're not doing anything about it, or maybe you're maintaining some of these aspects, you're maybe just trying to keep the peace, there's something deeper that's going on. You need to address that issue. And what you'll find is that marijuana no longer is what you're turning to access that state that you're wanting. And then from there, everything else transforms because you're more sober, you're more clear headed, you're able to be present in your relationships. You're even able to have a better relationship with yourself. Because let's face it, a lot of people sometimes wax and wane back and forth between, I'm not really happy in my relationship and I think I maybe should leave, but I don't know if I could do better and I maybe should just kind of accept what I have, and I don't want to go through the struggles of a breakup and divorce or having to find my way being single again. And so they go back and forth. And it's like, oh, I love this person. They're great in some ways, and I'm happy, but not happy to where I would like to be. And that's the issue is, whenever you have this yo-yoing effect going on, this back and forth going on, what that is the subconscious mind is presenting to you some things in your life that need to be addressed, and they will continue to present themselves until you address them. And then the conscious mind will try to make sense of these things. Because for some people, they don't really feel comfortable going towards things that they don't think they can achieve or that they can overcome. And so that's where a lot of people get stuck in jobs they hate. They get stuck in relationships they're not happy with. They start tolerating disrespect. They start taking on things that maybe they shouldn't be doing. And if this is something you're struggling with, or it resonates with you and you feel like this is something you're ready to address, or that you're even wanting to address, let me help you get to the root cause of this issue. Because just like a tree, you can start trimming away all the little branches and stuff, but they'll always grow back. They'll keep coming back. And so those things that you've maybe tried to address before weren't the problem. You got to get to the root. You got to uproot the whole thing and get to the bottom of it in order for it to be fully resolved. That's where you get freedom. That's where you get real change, not something that is temporary, to where you end up relapsing or going through the same issues time and time again and thinking that it's just people or it's just, certain groups of individuals or whatnot. So if you're ready to get to the deeper issues, reach out.